Hey everyone, how's it going? So in this video, I decided to have a little fun and let's make a tier list of the UR memories. Now, this is going to be highly controversial, I know, and you don't have to agree with me at all. I'm not saying you have to, this is just my opinion from what I've used and what I've seen of what they do. So yeah. Anyways, that out of the way, let's get right into the tier list. Now, first off, there are no bad tiers. Every memory, just like every UR character, has a use here. So, don't think like, oh, if I pull this memory here, oh, it's so bad. No, it has a use. Like, they can all be good. It's just, like, usually the lower ones have more restrictions to them, which is why I put them there. But it doesn't mean they're bad. So yeah. Anyways, let's start with the oldest memory and work our way down. So the first memory, you can become a hero. I put that in good tier. Now, the reason being is that, sorry for the wonky get up here. Of course, YouTube, thank you. It gives the character grit and 35% attack if they're a red character. Now, that's not bad at all. Like, again, that's good. But it's nothing crazy. It's pretty basic. I don't know what's up. Hold on, let me refresh this page. There we go. But yeah, it's nothing crazy, but it's not bad either. Obviously, again, it's good, but it's nothing super good. Grit is okay, but honestly, it's not the biggest effect. It's very easily negated, and just a basic attack boost, and that's it. It's good. Sorry for the cut there. I had to sneeze. Hopefully this time I remember to cut it out. Yeah, it's very basic. It's not like any massive upgrade or anything like that, but it's nice. So that's why I put it in good tier. Next up is the what's it called? Friends calling out your name memory. Now this gives 30% attack and 20% crit rate if equipped to, flat out 30% attack to, I believe, everyone. And then 20% crit rate if you're a 1A student. Now, I believe, let me see, where did I put that memory? Yeah, I put this in really good. Because obviously a lot of the characters are 1A students. So this is going to be affecting them. And also just the flat attack boost as well makes it really, really powerful. So yeah, that's in really good. The next memory is the area one, the Lend Me Your Strength. This fills your plus ultra gauge by 50%, and when your HP is under 50, you heal 10% HP for 3 turns. Now, as you saw, I put this at okay, and the main reason being is that unless you're running other plus ultra memories, you're basically not going to be using this card. And when you fall under half, the 10% auto heal is nice. But the fact that it's only once only for 3 turns is not super huge, especially now with Nejire around. She just basically does this memory, but better as a character. So it's not bad again, but I don't see a use in it personally for me. So that's why I put it at okay. Then we have these girls' memory, the girls' talk, 20% max HP and 40% skill damage if equipped to a female. Now, since it's a comma, I believe they're connected. I'm not too positive though. But yeah, basically it's for girls basically to make them a lot more stronger. I believe I put this in. Did I put it in good or really good? I put it in really good because again, there are a lot of girl characters in the series. Like there's Ochako, Momo, there's also Toga, there's going to be Argiros, Minas, etc., etc. Like there's a lot of girls. There's also pro hero girls like Mount Lady, Midnight, and stuff like that. So like there's a lot. This covers a lot of characters, and it gives them a good boost of HP and a lot of skill damage. So I'd say it's a pretty dang powerful memory. Next, we have this memory, which is for the future generations. It's a very beautiful memory. I love the look of it. And it gives 20% attack and 20% crit if on a male. So this one is, again, I think I put this at good. Yeah, because it covers a wide range of characters, but the buffs are kind of minimal. For example, like you just saw in the last one, 40% skill damage compared to just 20% crit. Like, that's eh. Now, the 20% attack is nice, obviously, it makes them do a lot more damage, but skill impact is really big. So that's why I put this in good. So it's very useful, covers a wide range of characters, but definitely the stat boost could be a bit higher. Then we have an explosive opening, which is the musical they did. Now I put this in, I believe, good. Oh, I put it in really good. Okay. The reason being is it gives high field, so basically you increase the amount of plus ultra you gain for 3 turns, and fills ultra plus ultra gauge by 20% if equipped to a student. I might move this down to good. I was debating on this one now that I remember, because it can be good. The main use of this memory though is basically just to plus ultra rush with a certain character. But there's other memories that do that better, I would say. So I'm actually going to move this back down to good and not really good. So yeah. Then we have the big 3 of UA. Now this is a pretty dang good memory for blue characters. It gives them 20% speed if a UA student and 35% attack if on a blue character. An example, again, this one only gave 20% attack, while this one gives 35 in speed, which is honestly usually more useful than crit rate, at least especially in Ultra Arena. So where did I put this one? I believe I put it in really good. Yeah, because there's a lot of really powerful blue characters. There's blue Bakugo from the tutorial, blue Kirishima, there's the World Heroes Todoroki, only the best character in the game, debatably. There's blue Toga, Air Force Deku, Blue Hawks, it goes on and on. Like, there's a lot of characters this falls under, and it really helps them in, like, all sorts of content. It's a really good memory. The only thing holding it back is that it gives speed, and not something like, like crit rate or skill impact. Because the only way speed would be useful is in Ultra Arena. But other than that, he's very powerful. And then there is the Smoke Signaling War, which is this one here, where they were at the training camp. 20% crit rate if on a villain, and fills plus ultra gauge by 20%. Now, this one I put in okay, just because it seems not very great, honestly. Again, it has its uses, as it could be used on any villain, but the percentage values are really low for what it's going for. Like, crit rate 20%, okay, that's normal, but only 20% plus ultra gauge? Like, that seems kind of weird. I don't know why they do that. Because the thing is, with a lot of memories, you get your, like, not even memories, just like in game, you get your plus ultras like turn 3 or 4 already. You don't usually need a plus ultra memory to get you the plus ultra earlier. Because then, for example, like, you may want to do a skill chain, but you already have your plus ultra, so it's like, well, kind of just wasted a turn, and it's weird. I don't see really huge point in it, but it has its uses. Then it has Insulas. Oh yeah, it's that one city. I don't know how to say that, but basically, it gives a barrier for 1 hit and 35% attack to yellow characters. Now, I believe I put this in good, yeah, because there are some good yellow characters like All Might, Aizawa, USJ, Kirishima, we're just going to be huge on, especially that Kirishima. Because Barrier, obviously, if you don't know, makes it so you take 0 damage for 1 hit. And plus the increase in attack as well can be really helpful. And the thing about like Aizawa and All Might and not as much as Kirishima, but he can to an extent, is that they can take a good amount of damage. Their tankiness is not super great, so this actually helps them a lot. But again, it's very restrictive to only yellow characters. Now, when we get more yellow characters in the future, this will be much, much better. But for right now, I think it's only good, because there's only like 2 to 3 good yellow characters in the game. There's also Mirio, but you'd probably run a different memory on him than this one. But I mean, who knows? You could run it. You could run this on him. So yeah. Anyways, the next one is We Are Here. And basically, this one gives 20% attack if equipped to a pro hero, and fills plus ultra gauge by 30. I believe I also did I put this in really good? Where did I put this? I put it in useful. I might boost that up to good when I think about it. No, I'm gonna actually keep it at useful, simply because the 20% attack is nice, but again, the whole plus ultra thing, that's kind of unnecessary, and it could have been something else. But I could understand again if you'd put it in good, because again, 20% attack for all heroes is nice, but there's a lot of memories of like 35, 40% attack, so it's just kind of a low value in my opinion. Next, we have this one with Shigaraki versus Overhaul, the Conflicting Ideals. 20% speed to all villain characters, and 35% attack to purple characters. Now, this memory is really good. You could... Did I put it in top tier? No, I put it in really good. Now, you could argue top tier. The main reason being is that all of the... Except for Toga's, all of the villains, so Dabi, All For One, and Purple Shigaraki, they're all destruction types. So this applies to them. And it gives them a speed increase, which is nice for like Ultra Arena, but not huge. But also 35% attack increase. Again, look, comparing it to the previous one, which gives 20% attack. 35% attack is quite the jump. 15% is quite big for the number of values we have. So it's a really useful memory, and you can just throw it on any villain for speed. But most of the top tier villains are destruction types. So this works perfectly with them, but obviously that does restrict it to only being used on destruction types. So yeah, that's why it's really good and not top tier. If it was just villains overall, this would be top tier though. Next, we have the Special Operation, which is the Momo Todoroki from the not the license exam, I think like half year exam or whatever. Anyways, 35% attack to green units, which is pretty dang powerful. And when under half HP, 20% speed, which is okay. So I believe I put this in good, yeah, because there's some pretty good green characters. There's Green Hawks, there's Green Todoroki, who's really powerful. This Mario is basically made for him. And then there's also Green Uraraka. There's Green Deku. I believe there's there's no Green Baku yet, but like, you get the idea. It's really powerful for a lot of green units. That extra 35% attack. The speed is okay, but it's not super useful, but that's the main reason it's not in really good or top tier, is because you have to be under half your health for a small speed increase, which means it's only somewhat useful that last half in Ultra Arena, and even then, like, usually characters get 1 or 2 shot by skill chains, so it doesn't even really matter. That's the problem with it. So that's why I put it in good, and not higher up. Next, we have Now It's Your Turn. This is the VE Tower memory of Nana, Shimura, and Gran Torino, one of my favorites. Now, unfortunately, the effect isn't that great. It gives start a battle, you gain grit, and when under 20% health, you gain 80% plus ultra meter. So basically, it's not, you basically can survive an attack that would kill you, and you plus ultra them back. The problem being is that, hey, they do a skill before you plus ultra, guess what? They're going first. So this only works if they aren't doing another skill or they can't target you or something like that. So it's okay. But again, it has its uses, but it's not the best. So I only put it in useful, even though it is my favorite art in the game, just because I love Nana. She's my favorite character, so it makes me sad to put that there, but oh well. Next, we have a Threat in the Way, which is the teachers. This one's also very powerful. 30% skill damage when equipped to a UA teacher, and 30% crit rate when on a hero. Now, this applies for a good amount of characters, like, you know, Aizawa, President Mike, All Might, Midnight, basically all of the teachers in UA this memory works for. So I believe I put this in really good. Did I? Or did I put it in good? I put it in good. I guess. I think for right now, yeah, it's in good. But when more pro hero teachers come out, like, again, Midnight and whatnot, I think this could definitely be boosted up to either top tier or really good, because it is a powerful memory for pro heroes. And it's really powerful for Purple Aizawa if you have him. Plus, it's free, so, that's always nice. Next, we have the first top tier memory, in my opinion. Fighting alongside your hero. Fills plus ultra gauge by 50% and 30% skill damage if team has a pro hero. Now, always I've been going on about how you don't really need a rush plus ultra gauge, but this is one of the examples that it gives you so much. You could turn 1 plus ultra with the right setup and on the right character, because it's a universal memory. So you can put this on a character that already gives himself 50 or something % plus ultra gauge, and turn 1, you'll have their plus ultra, which is massive. That is huge. That's a lot of damage right away, especially in events. That can be huge if you're trying to for example, USJ, because that's where most of your damage comes, your plus ultras, because obviously it's your strongest attack. So you'll be able to just do one instantly, which can do a lot of damage. Or it could help support your team. For example, you could put this on, let's say, Momo, for example, in the Endeavor stage. Instantly get her plus ultra, fill up your team's plus ultra gauge. Stuff like that. It can be really good. But it has to be a really high amount, like this 50%. Otherwise, it's not good enough. It has to be high amount. Otherwise, it's just weird. But yeah. So overall, though, very powerful, I would say. And the skill damage increased to 30% with just a pro on the team. That is also massive, because a lot of times you will have a pro hero on the team unless you're running maybe a villain team. But even then, again, there's Aizawa, Hawks, All Might. If you want, there's President Mike. There's a few other ones. Well, obviously there's also Gran Torino. So it's not teachers. It's just pro heroes in general. So this is gonna be this is a really good memory, top tier. Then we have another top tier memory, back to back, which is Wannabe Friends. This one gives 40% speed, just flat 40% speed to whole team. Not team, your whole character, which is incredible for Ultra Arena. Now, obviously, this is that part isn't super useful outside of Ultra Arena, but it can come useful because it is such a massive speed increase that you might actually be able to do your plus ultra before the enemy does a skill, for example, in PvE. Because if you have enough speed, you can do that, I believe. And then, if there's a female on the team, just on the team, any female character, you gain 30% skill damage. So this is, once again, an incredible memory. And in Ultra Arena, this is probably the best memory in the game. Simply because, you basically have to run Nejire, just because of how good she is. Obviously, you don't have to, but basically everyone runs her. And so you'll get a permanent 40% speed increase and 30% skill impact. It is so incredibly good and easy to activate. Next, we have Overcoming the Past. 20% crit rate if equipped to a UA student from 1A specifically, and 40% skill damage if the team has a pro hero on the team. Now this I put in really good, simply because again, it's really powerful. It's for the main cast 1A, and having a pro hero on a team again is very easy. The only reason it is not in top tier is because, as you can tell, the Baku no Toga one, it is a specific memory for 1A students. If it's not a 1A student, they don't get that extra crit rate, which does hurt the memory that tiny bit to just keep it out of top tier, in my opinion. Then we have rescues our top priority. 30% max HP when equipped to a male character, so that's very easy to fulfill, and fills plus ultra by 50% if team has a 1A student on the team. Again, so that's another example I'm talking about. 50% plus ultra with a massive stat boost is huge. I believe this is... Did I put this top tier? I didn't. I think I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to put this top tier because this is really powerful. It gives 50% plus ultra gauge just like the Bakugo and All Might memory. But instead of, I believe it was attack, skill damage, it gives crit. It gives HP, which is... HP is a really big stat, obviously, so it lets you tank better. So, for example, in characters like Kirishima, this memory is massive. Because it gives... Obviously, Kirishima's a tank. He wants more HP to tank. So you could put this on him for 30% more HP, and you could get his plus ultra instantly, which gives him like 3 or 4 hits of barrier. So it's really good. Definitely, I'd say top tier memory now that I think about it. Definitely top tier. Especially since there's so many male characters. Like, even though it's restricted to 1A students, the plus ultra gauge, which I think was the reason I was having it in really good, you'd really only use this on 1A students like Kirishima and such. So again, it could be debated between really good and top tier, but I'm going to say it's top tier. Next is the Three Musketeers. Now this one I'm sure you all know very well, considering a lot of you have pulled this. 40% skill damage and 30% speed if equipped to a male. Do I even need to say why it's top tier? You get insane skill damage and really fast speed. This is huge for a lot of characters, including the ones based off of speed, like the World Heroes Deku and the Green Hawks. That's also another example why also the Toga memory is so good, because you can throw it on those 2 units, for example, and the speed increase will help them out dramatically. So, yeah, very good top tier memory. I would summon for it, but I have other stuff I'd rather summon for. Then we have You Are a Hero More Than Anyone Else, which is this very sad moment of Aizawa and Mike trying to talk to their old friend. It gives 45% attack when on a purple type, but when under 50% HP, reduces action skill cooldown by 2. Now, I believe I put this in... Did I put it in good? No, I believe I put it in really good, didn't I? Yeah, I put it in really good right here, because this is really powerful. Again, there's a lot of destruction types, including villains. Again, the All For One, the new Dabi, the purple Shigaraki, purple Aizawa, purple Deku, like there's a lot. Which just gives them 45% attack, which is huge. And then finally, we also have the under half HP, your skills get cooled down by 2. That is huge. That is an absolutely insane ability that hasn't been on any other memory, I'm pretty sure. At least UR memory. So yeah, like that's really good. The only thing keeping it from being top tier, I would say, is there isn't a huge variety of purples. But I would not argue if you think this is a top tier memory. Again, like if you run a villain team, for example, this is absolutely a top tier memory. But if you don't, this is just a really good memory. Then we have I Can Do This Alone, which is of the Sun Eater fighting. So it gives 45% attack to yellow and 20% speed to males. Now I put this again at really good, simply because we don't have a lot of yellows. Once we get more yellow characters, this will be really good. That's the only reason why it's not in top tier. Sadman's Parade. This one is really good. 40% skill damage if team has a League of Villains character. So it doesn't even have to be on one. There just has to be one on the team. That is huge. And then 30% max HP if the team also has a female. That's instant top tier. Because guess what? You can run Toga and fulfill both those conditions in one character. And Toga's good. She's really good, both of them. So it's not like, oh, you'd be holding back your team. No, not at all. No, you'd be totally fine. And again, on a villain team, even better. So yeah, top tier memory for sure. Then we have Paranormal Liberation Front, which is 45% attack if equipped to a villain, and when HP is under half, auto heal 15% HP for 3 turns. I believe I put this. Did I put it in good? No, I put it in really good, right? Yeah, I put it in really good. Again, this could be considered top tier if you run a villain team, but because I don't, and a lot of other people don't run villain teams because, you need a lot of units, I'm going to put it at really good. But otherwise, it is definitely top tier. It is a super powerful memory, and probably one of the best for villains. And then we have the Manly Duo. 40% skill damage if equipped to a UA student, so that's very good because that's a lot of characters. And when under half HP, excluding himself, fills the plus ultra gauge by 50% of all your allies. So this obviously is really dang powerful. I put it in really good, but I might move it up to top tier, honestly. You know what? Yeah, I'm doing it. Top tier. This is a really powerful memory that can just really help you out in tough events. Because again, for example, you could put this on a Kirishima. And hey, once they fall under half HP, guess what? Your other 2 teammates, plus ultra gauge. You get your plus ultras on them, and you just wipe the floor of them. So very powerful, very good. Then we're getting down to the last few. For My Dreams, fills plus ultra gauge by 50% if equipped to a hero, and 25% crit rate if team has a female character. I'm going to start speeding through these, by the way, just because I'm going on this for a while. So this is very powerful again, but I think I put it in good. No, yeah, I put it in good, simply because the crit rate's kind of meh. Otherwise, it'd be definitely really good. Amazing Coordination. Fill plus ultra gauge by 70% when equipped to a 1A character, and when HP is below half, increase crit rate by 20. I'm actually going to move this up to really good, because that is pretty powerful. 70% plus ultra gauge, again, like instant plus ultra rush, very useful. Just As Told, which is the Shinsei memory from the USJ shop. 25% attack if on a UA student, and 25% speed if there's a teacher on the team. This is a very good memory. I put it at good, but nothing crazy because the percentage values are pretty low. Then we'll have I'll Be Your Hero. 45% attack on red characters, and when HP is under half, fill plus ultra by 50%. I believe I put this, in really good, because the attack boost is nice. The only thing holding it back is the plus ultra under half, which is good, but it's not incredible considering it's just for himself, unlike the Kirishima one and Tetsu where it's the whole team. Then we have Merry Christmas, which 40% max HP if team has a 1A student character, which is really nice, good for tanks, and at the start of each wave gives high field for 3 turns, so it's pretty decent. I believe I put it in good. Yeah, so the HP is basically the best part, but it's still nice, it's still good. The Happy Hot Party fills plus ultra gauge by 35% if equipped to a 1A student. 15% crit rate for 2 turns when used in a chain, a max of 5 times. This one was okay. I believe I just put it in good as well. Did I put it in really good? No, I don't think so. Where is it? There it is. I forgot it's cropped weird. Yeah. So it's in good because, it's good. Nothing crazy, but it's not bad either. Then we have Desire to Help a Friend, which is 35% max HP when equipped to a UA student and cleanses 1 status ailment every 2 turns. And that is the big reason why I believe it put in really good. Like the HP increase is nice, but the removing status ailment every 2 turns is huge. Then we have Defeat the Walking Disaster, which is the villain memory. 45% attack if equipped to a villain, and fills plus ultra gauge by 10% whenever a skill chain max of 3. I put this in really good, but again, it could be debated depending on your team. Could be top tier, again, because it's a really good villain memory. Then Relatable Partnership. which is All Might and Endeavor. This one's pretty bad in my opinion. Fills plus Ultra Gauge by 5% whenever our 2+ Skein Chill succeeds. And it fills allies plus Ultra Gauge by 10% by 3 times. So, yeah, I put that one at just okay. Then I have the last few here, the last 4. How long till I become a hero? Cuts received damage by 35% for 2 turns if equipped to a hero character, starting from the first turn, and then 35% attack and 25% speed. So this is, I'm pretty sure needless to say, a top tier memory. It is super good in every character, basically their heroes, and just, yeah, super powerful. Then we have Adventure Awaits, a very highly debated memory. I put it in good. The main reason being is that why'd you have to come on right then? The main reason being is that in the beginning it's very powerful, but at the end game it's only okay. The stat boosts are very low. You don't want to run a Rainbow Team in most content, and it's So it's good early game, very good early game, but late game it's only it's all right. Then finally the last 2, Sign of a New Beginning. This gives 40% crit rate if equipped to a red character, which is pretty dang massive, and 20% HP if there's a pro hero character on the team. I believe I put this in really good because there's a lot of good red characters. And having the pro hero restriction is very minimal. Then finally we have the brand new memory, which is this Toga memory. I put that in top tier. You get, I believe it's 40% skill damage if equipped to a villain, and you heal 40% HP when you fall under, I think it's like 30% HP. So yeah. Overall, that is my impressions on all of the memories thus far. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to know what you're thinking. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. I'll see you all next time. Take care.